You guys ready for some extremely low quality React Andy type content? Hell yeah. So if you don't know, I'm Broski. I'm a professional fighting game player. I have been competitively playing fighting games for a depressingly long time. I'm primarily a Street Fighter player. I've won Street Fighter League. I've qualified for Capcom Cup. I've been invited to Rebel Kumite. And today I am going to be watching Northernlion play some 2XKO and giving kind of my thoughts on it as a competitive fighting game player. Also, I guess I should mention that I'm actually a very long time NL fan. I actually used to watch NL's videos like 8+ years ago when he was exclusively a Binding of Isaac YouTuber, pretty much. I used to watch his Binding of Isaac content a lot, so this should be fun. Long time NL fan. First time React Andy, you know?
I do kind of think I'm a fighting game guy. I'm like a... You know how there were probably like cavemen who were insanely good drivers? Like they had the brains to be insanely good drivers, but driving didn't exist, so they like wasted their potential their whole lives. I think that's kind of me with fighting games.
What is this bit?
I have not played that many fighting games, but I played so much of Smash 64, and I'm not trying to intellect mog you, but I derived the concept of mix-ups and stuff like that. I derived them from base principles.
That's crazy. He's reverse engineered fighting game concepts. You know what? There's actually people like that. I have played people in Street Fighter who have got very good at that game without ever actually like formally learning the rules of Street Fighter. They just learn through trial and error. Like I once had a guy who's like one of the best Street Fighter players in Europe in my stream chat, and I was like talking to him and I said like, your delay tech timing is really hard to predict. And he said, what? And I said, your delay tech timing is really hard to predict. And he said, I don't know what that means. And I realized he had learned a really core defensive technique in Street Fighter purely through vibes and through experience and trial and error. Like he'd reverse engineered something that is like understood by all the pro players in a more formal way. So there are some people who can like just kind of learn fighting games and create existing concepts just through experience, but not everyone can do that.
There's no way he's actually playing 2XKO, right? You know it's free, right? There's like zero barrier to entry.
That's so true. This is what, if anything is going to make 2XKO a success, just to slightly go off topic a little bit, if anything is going to work for this game's favor, it's the fact that it's free. Like literally the reason that NL is playing this game, as far as I know, is just that like it was a free entry. I think so many people are going to try it just because it's free. That's one of the game's like strongest selling points. I mean, selling point as in $0, you know?
It's only on PC? Yeah, okay. If you run Linux, that's fine. But if you're the type of person that runs Linux, stop pretending that you're going to play a Riot fighting game. This shit has like kernel level anti-cheat, bro. There's no shot. If you're the type of beast that's going to run Linux, you can't be complaining about not playing 2XKO. Obviously, it goes against your principles, and it goes against your principles at a much lower reward than running Windows. So why are you pretending that you were going to play it? It doesn't. You should be stoked, man. You should be like, yet another reason to not get Windows.
I mean, look. I've had a lot of people in my YouTube comments telling me about like they don't want to install the game because it's got the anti-cheat. What's it called? Vanguard. It's got Vanguard. And I totally get that. Like if you don't want to get this game because of the Vanguard stuff, then I completely understand that. I just remembered he mentions fighting games on Linux. Do you guys remember? Is anyone in chat remember? This is again going slightly off topic. Ages ago, they announced Street Fighter V was going to get a Linux port back in like 2016, and then it never materialized and they just quietly stopped mentioning it. Well, I mean, I think it was SteamOS specifically, but SteamOS is basically Linux. Anyway.
I thought you didn't like fighting games other than that chess one. The thing is, I can tell, this is my problem with fighting games, is the fighting game community, man. I can tell from the way you've got EX on the end of your name, you are a member of the fighting game community. That's the barrier to entry, man. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It's just that there's like, any community, like as they get more and more insular, they throw up walls. That's inevitably what they do.
That's true.
They talk with other fighting game members. Instead of being like, I'm a gamer, they're like, I'm a fighting gamer. Instead of being like, I'm a fighting gamer, they're like, I'm a Tekken gamer, I'm a Blaze Blue gamer, I'm a Street Fighter gamer, and they...
It's just so true. Honestly, so true. That's a big plus too. Like one of the biggest things that we do in the FGC is we love to like subdivide into like, I'm not a gamer, I'm a member of the FGC. I'm not a member of the FGC, I'm a Tekken player. Like, we love to like group everyone for some reason in this community. That's a very real thing.
They build barriers between them and their other human beings. Am I a fighting gamer? No, I'm just a guy who plays some games, man. I just play some games.
Bro.
Blitzcrank is the most like DK. I'm gonna make fun of you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make fun of you until you talk like normal people, man. I haven't even started playing the game yet. I have to make fun of you until you start talking like a normal person. Like, I haven't even played. I don't know what the hell Blitzcrank is, man. I have no idea. Just relax.
This is, by the way, just to pause this real quick. This guy is braver than the troops for trying to learn a fighting game while being backseated by Twitch chat. I've seen so many like variety streamers try and get into fighting games, and Twitch chat is trying to, I guess they're trying to help, but I don't think I've ever seen a genre where Twitch chat makes up more bullshit than fighting games, ever. Like, I was watching Tyler1 was recently learning Street Fighter 6 for one of his streams, and he was asking chat for advice on like basic stuff, and people were giving him the worst advice I have ever seen. And they were saying it with such confidence as well. Like, Tyler1 would be like, oh, I keep getting jumped in on chat, what do I do? And chat would, and like, the obvious answer is like, use a DP, you know, use a Shoryuken anti-air. But like, chat would be like, oh yeah, you can't actually anti-air that character because he's got too much priority. I mean, that sounds like a real thing if you don't know anything about the game. If you do know stuff about Street Fighter 6, that makes no fucking sense. But like, that is a very common thing. So like, you're honestly braver than the troops trying to learn a fighting game with the assistance of Twitch chat. It's not easy.
It's kind of boring in principle to do this, but it sets you up for actually having a good foundation. I feel like I should pick a character, go to training mode, and then one of you should tell me 2 combos that work well with this character, and then I practice them until I have them in my memory, and then I can go online and be like, this is where I release this combo. That's called bread and butter, unironically.
That's true.
You don't deserve to be made fun of for that, because you extended an olive branch. You took some of the terminology from your insular community, and you said, hey, I'm going to explain this. I'm not going to hit you with an 8-letter acronym and just act like you're the idiot for not knowing what it was. I'm going to give you an olive branch and say, this is what bread and butter is. Is there meat and potatoes too? That's an interesting question. If you got all 4.
We should start calling it that. That's a good idea. We need to start calling it meat and potatoes
heavy,
combos.
Down heavy, jump forward, air heavy, air special is pretty easy. Damn, I gotta write this shit down. I gotta write this shit down. Oh, I mog you. If I ever...
He mogged me. What can I say? He mogged me. See, this is the thing. This is why fighting games have so much potential to get people. We've all been there, folks. If you like fighting games, you've all had that moment where you land your first combo. Even if it's just something as simple as like ground series, launcher, air series special. Like, obviously that's not a complicated combo, but like the dopamine hits when you land your first combo. And for some people, landing that first combo will drastically alter the course of your life. Like that, the trajectory of your life will change because you landed your first combo.
Land that, it's over, bro. It's over. You can also do this super twice.
Ready.
Oh, he's using double down. Interesting.
So you're saying if I just do that, like I might be a stud. I might be a stud if I just do that.
So just to give a quick breakdown for people who don't play this game has what's called fuses, and fuses are like different ways of like changing the system mechanics. So you pick your 2 characters, but you also pick a fuse, and he's using double down, and double down is probably not the most beginner friendly of the fuses. Like, I recommend if you're brand new to this game and tag fighters in general, there are beginner-oriented fuses like Sidekick and Juggernaut. I think it's cool that he's decided to start learning the game with both characters. Like, he's not gone for the beginner bait, you know?
But then we got one problem, because I got to figure out what to do with this guy. Literally the same thing, but this time you do special 2 in the air.
Bend or break.
And then you would simply double down and send this fella out here as well and miss. But then you would follow up with something like this, ruin your life, and then hit you with something like that.
Yeah, he's picking it up quick.
And then when they get up, hit him. When they bounce, you hit him with something like that. Then you're on the other side and you go like this.
He's getting it.
I don't want to be on the right side. I don't want to be on the right side.
Oh yeah, a lot of... It's not too bad in this game because this game doesn't use motion inputs, but a lot of the time in fighting games, people will only grind in training mode from the player one side, i.e. the left-hand side. So it's very common when people first start a game that they do not like doing stuff on the right-hand side because that's not like the default side, but you need to be able to do stuff on both sides.
I just said it's so hard being a word cell in a world of
word cell
of shape rotators. Because I know in your head, if you're a shape rotator, you're probably like, I'll do the bread and butter. But you know what my brain does? My brain goes square, triangle, circle, down, circle, up, triangle, circle, L2, L2 square, L2 square. And sometimes that,
okay, so this is actually a really important thing to bring up. One of the hardest things about getting started with fighting games is translating in your head the buttons on your controller to the input notation in the game. And I struggled with this as well when I first started playing fighting games. I would see someone be like, oh, that combo you do light punch, heavy punch. And I would have to manually translate that and be like, oh, you mean like square, square, R1. I would have to convert notation between the game and what's on my controller. The good thing is that the more you do it, the more it just becomes natural and you start to adjust. But definitely when you're new, it can be very daunting when you want to learn like a basic combo and you see a bunch of letters and you look at your controller and you think, oh, there's no LMH button on my controller.
If they block LMH, you got to do assist. Okay, you know what? I think that's probably great advice.
Oh, he's jumping into a match?
Let me get the bread and butter
already
first, and then after that, let's work in one more thing. For now, I've gotta get the bread and butter locked so that it's like the same way, like if a squirrel goes out in front of me, I don't have to think like, oh, I have to hit the brakes. I just go bread and butter, swerve around it, quick little 360, peel rubber in the other direction.
Yeah. Does it just come natural to him to be this funny? Like, I can't. I'm so jealous of the way that he can just come up with these riffs on the fly. Okay, I need to come up with a little metaphor for how it feels to do something naturally, and then he just instantly comes up with a bit where he's like veering around a squirrel while driving. 10,000 hours of talking to yourself. It's impressive. It's a skill.
I need to get that down in the cerebellum. Right now it's in the cerebrum. I need it in the brainstem.
Think I'm scared of a fight? I grew up in Zon.
Okay, say he's done something amazing right from the back, or right from the start. He's put me on my back foot. Not gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay, honestly get broken. You're pissing me off.
Okay, he's bursting. Interesting. I wasn't even sure if he knew how to burst. He bursted the combo, but then he gets counter bursted.
They used a break on me. That's like not even fair. After I hit the bread and butter, you use a break on me.
Okay. He's doing it, you know? A lot of people...
Okay, I've ruined your life. What's next?
A lot of people will jump into training mode as a beginner. They will learn a combo, like a really simple combo. Then they will jump into a real match and just instantly forget how to do anything and just start mashing buttons at random. He seems to be pretty easily adjusting to doing it in real matches, you know?
You need anti-air. VS badge spotted. That's not what I asked. I asked you to teach me the buttons. It seems like a lot of people seem to be like, here's the mindset shift you need. You're literally talking to like a new driver, and you're saying, here's the mindset you should be in while driving. I need to know how to shift gears. I need to know what...
This is a huge problem. This is a problem that I have as well. Because here's the thing. I have been playing fighting games for, I don't know, like 16 years at this point. And that means that after a while... Because I spend all my time surrounded by other fighting game players, I forget what it's like to be a beginner. So I will use terms that people do not understand because I just assume they're, you know, universal knowledge. So like a beginner will be like, oh, what do I do when my opponent keeps mashing? And I'll be like, oh, you've got to just like frame trap them so they can't like beat your wake up options. And then I'll realize they have no fucking clue what the hell I just said. Like I might as well just be speaking a different language. It's really important, if we want to make the FGC more accessible for beginners, we really have to think more about the words we choose. Assume they start out from zero knowledge and work from there, you know?
What do you hold down, and what letter do you put the gear shift on in order to make the car start to move? Can you browse the move list? Yes, but I would have no idea what the, like, I could see the moves, but I don't, here's the thing, okay? I need good, it's like Purge gamers with the patch notes in Dota. There's no purpose for me to look at the move list or look at the patch notes. I need someone who knows what they're doing to look at the patch notes and be like, holy shit, they drastically overbuffed this thing. I need an interpreter to go through the machine code and lint it and then tell me what to do.
That's interesting.
So the move list is nothing for me. I need someone to be like, ignore those moves, do these moves in this sequence.
Yeah, I actually do think this is one thing that Tekken does well when it comes to teaching newcomers, right? So most games will have a move list, and it will just say, here's a list of all of this character's moves, and maybe a little bit of information about all their properties, but it doesn't tell you how to use them, generally speaking, or like even why you would want to use them. So like one thing that Tekken does that most other games don't do is if you go to the move list, it will give you like starting moves. Like basically the idea is if you are a beginner and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, these 10 moves out of the 150 in the move list are the ones you want to be using as a beginner. I don't think Tekken in general is good at teaching beginners, but that one feature is definitely a thing that I think most games should have.
Wait a second, wait a second.
Okay.
Wait a second, wait a second.
All right. Nice combo.
Guys, we're alive. We won? We won a round?
I love how excited he is.
He's like, how did that not hit? How did that not hit? How did that not hit, bro? How did that not hit? I guess I should have not been taunting. I should have been doing the next part of my combo. Break it somehow.
You got no burst, you can't break it. Oh. Clutch?
Guys, I own him. I own him! We won a round. I'm not sure. I'm just being real with you.
This is how fighting games get you. This is what I'm saying. You land that first ever combo in training mode, and the dopamine starts flooding into your brain. And then you get your first win in a ranked match. You beat an actual human being. The dopamine comes rushing back. This is like drugs. He's beginning to believe, exactly. This is why I love fighting games. I feel like they're just so rewarding. And the other thing is, you can actually be like, I personally outplayed that guy. It's not like a team effort. It's not like I got a bad score, but my teammates picked up the slack. You get to be like, I outplayed you. And that is a very addictive thing. Oh, nice. You got the Steam version?
There may have been a little mashing going on there, but it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
You know? We take those.
Horrible. Gotta be a break. Then it's instantly into that. Stay on him.
Okay.
Fair enough. Jump in on me. Guys, I don't know what happened. I've been possessed by the ghost of a younger man. When I did that, when I saw him go like this and I just did that shit, my brain, it did not read the string in my brain. It just went, do the combo, do the combo.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That is another, like, I'm trying to like remember all of these like milestones that happen when you're first learning fighting games. You land your first combo in training mode, you win your first match. One of the best feelings after that, like the next hurdle, is when it's automatic. When you do something in a fighting game and you aren't even thinking about doing it, like your hands just take the wheel, muscle memory kicks in. Like you're not even thinking I should do X or Y consciously, it just happens. And it's such a cool feeling when you just let muscle memory take over.
I don't know what I've done. I've swapped to you.
Okay, tag cancel.
But I've swapped to you instead. No harm, no fucking foul. No harm, no fucking foul.
Nice.
Guys, there's something in there. I don't know what it is, but there's something in there.
He's goated.
I don't know if it's. Didn't I tell you I've got the firmware? I don't have the software. I don't know about the hardware. Daigo at Evo.
Oh, he knows
Streets
Daigo.
is saying
Okay.
Daigo at Evo.
I guess everyone
Grabs
knows
your cat
Daigo.
girl.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I was gonna say, yeah, I shouldn't be surprised people know Daigo. Like, as long as you're like vaguely aware of gaming stuff, you've probably seen Moment 37. That is the most famous clip of all time. Oh yeah, that's right. Someone did tell me that he played a little bit of Street Fighter 4, so I guess he was aware of some Street Fighter stuff. Look, I don't wanna toot my own horn here. People are gonna be watching this video. They're gonna be questioning my credentials. This was UFA a week ago. Oh, look at that. That one. Well, well, well. This is how I get the NL fans on board. Remember that guy Daigo from the parry video? Also, Nassim beat Punk. That was crazy.
Grabs your cat girl.
Grabs your cat girl? Speaking of Street Fighter, Darius's voice actor is Ryu's voice actor.
The goat. Plux. There's no shame in losing to the goat, Plux. There's no shame in losing to the goat. What? I don't even know who's who, man. I'm trying to. I don't even know that's a move.
Yeah, tag games can get pretty overwhelming. This is why tag games are some of the most difficult to learn of all fighting games, is because you've got to keep track of so much shit on the screen. You can have like 4 characters flying around doing attacks, and keeping track of what is going on is a difficult barrier for entry in these games. Scoop.
It seems like I might actually be the best to ever do it. It seems like I might be the best to ever do. I might be the best 2xKO player on earth.
I mean, you know, he might have it. I would run that by you know, I'd run that by Sonic Fox, I'd run that by Super Noon, I'd run that by Mystic Smash first, but maybe the best player ever.
I even added an extra hit that time.
Oh, new BMB.
I added 1 extra hit in the air.
Okay.
Probably, I know I'm biting this shit out of my lips, man. If
Oh,
you operate
bro,
on
this
a
is, oh my god, I've never
system-
heard anyone's mention this, but like, sometimes this still does happen to me, but when I was really locked into a fighting game, like really stressed out, I would bite my lips like crazy. I used to have to always make sure that I had like chapstick with me whenever I played a game, because I would like unconsciously bite my lips during intense moments. You clench your jaw. I've seen a lot of them. If you ever watch a tournament, sometimes it's funny to pay attention to the player cams, because when players are really stressed during a tournament set and the webcam is in their face, people are making crazy expressions.
How much information did you just lose to learn that combo? I couldn't tell you the name of the of Mark Wahlberg's love interest from I Heart Huckabees. Just kidding. It's Isabel Huppert. Isabel Huppert.
He can't help
That's
himself,
locked in
folks.
there.
Folks, if there's one thing I know about NL, is that he cannot help himself from dropping some information about the worst mid-2000s movie you have ever seen in your life. He's a movie buff, in the same way that Greg from On Cinema at the Cinema is a movie buff, you know?
The world's first fighting game player who doesn't watch anime. Stop shooting me. Okay.
First fighting game player who doesn't watch anime?
But you're not, like...
You would get
not
along with a
doing
friend of mine known as Logan Sama. That's all I'm saying.
That might be bad. I was just doing a move. Okay, fair enough.
Getting zoned out by Jinx. Yeah, this is a big wall. Learning to beat people who
Pay the iron
zone.
price.
That's gonna drop. Yeah.
Bring me back to life. Bring me back to life. Don't kill me.
Evanescence.
Okay, this person's pissing me off. This person is pissing me the fuck off.
I'm getting the impression he does not like being
I thought
zoned.
for sure you were. Okay,
Not that anyone
of
likes
course.
being zoned, but this is a key component of fighting games. Some characters are designed to keep you out and never let you get close.
That was something. That was the start.
And it can be very frustrating if you don't have the
I'm
tools to
blocking
deal
this
with
for
it.
sure. This is definitely getting blocked. I can't believe I wasn't grabbed. I was grabbed. Guys, I have no solution. I have no solution for this. Get
Unfortunately,
closer.
Learning to very slowly and defensively approach your opponent is not a fun thing to learn. Relative to like learning a combo is very fun, it's very visceral, it's very flashy, you get to see your character doing cool shit on the screen. But learning how to get in slowly and carefully on a zoning character is a difficult roadblock for beginners because it's not exciting. Unfortunately, it's like your vegetables, you know? You can't just have like McDonald's for every meal. You've got to also learn to enjoy your vegetables too. And defense can be fun, you know? Getting good at defense in fighting games can also be very rewarding, but it's a much slower process. It doesn't have that immediate like click that you get from doing a cool new combo or something.
That's the way you get better. That's the way you learn, man. No more of this opponent. They're using a valid technique, man. They're using a valid technique.
You know what? I've changed my mind. I don't think this guy is cut out to play fighting games. I've changed my mind. He's being polite and respectful towards his opponents. He's giving them credit for outplaying him. You're not going to make it in the FGC, buddy. You think that's what we do? You think that's what we do in this community? You think we're self-aware? No. You complain about the character. You complain about the system mechanics. You complain about the netcode. The sun was in your eyes, any of these, but we do not give our opponents credit for beating us. That is the one thing you don't do. Wait a second. I'm just seeing in chat right now, hey, Nauseous Snake in his chat and then Nauseous Snake in my chat. Wait a second. Do we have NL fans cross-posting in both chats? Explain yourself. Caught? Very interesting.
And then on the bounce. And then I think I just command grab you. Then honestly, I think I follow it up with a regular grab. I don't think you got an answer for it. Then I follow it up with another command grab. I don't think you got a solution. I don't think you got a solution if someone's in your face. I think if someone's a long distance away, you got a great idea. If someone's right in your face, you got no clue. You got no clue. Huge miss.
The Grappler, yes. He's getting into the command grab grappler mindset now.
Smart break. And yet, and then, I think I waited way too long. That one felt really nice. That one felt really good. Even though I'm not doing the combo, that one felt really nice. That one felt mighty nice.
Look at his face, he's logged in.
The streets are saying NL maybe never left. That's what's so crazy about it.
He's having fun. That's the most important thing.
Why is NL playing a fighting game? That's why he's playing a fighting game.
Talk to him. You know what? You know what's the main takeaway from the end there? People make a mistake. I feel like when people first try and play fighting games, they come at it from the wrong angle a lot of the time. They'll be like, I need to learn this combo. I need to learn team synergy. I need to learn X or Y technical thing about this game. You know what you need to learn? You need to learn how to have fun. Before you even consider learning how to actually play the game properly, you need to learn how to have fun. This man is a born fun haver. He seems to be enjoying the game, and I'm glad to see it. Oh yeah, I guess, just before we finish, I guess we should talk about this. Here's the thing. People are accusing me of being the person in chat who sent this. I did not send this. I was sent this clip. I don't know who it was who mentioned this to him. You guys seen this?
You should try Nen Impact. Is Nen Impact a move? Or is Nen Impact a fighting game that you deem superior, but it has like 8 players?
I mean, he called his shot, you know? You know what's crazy? You know what's fucking wild about that? As Nen Impact's strongest soldier, do you know what's crazy? I think he may have overestimated the current player count. He decided to go with 8 as his example of like a hilariously unpopular fighting game. Let me just Steam charts post real quick. Yeah, current player is 6. So he actually overestimated the current player count by 2. He tried to think of a hilariously low number and he still overshot it. It's not looking good, Nen bros. I think it may be Nen over, dare I say. Evo France will save this game. Trust the plan. 130 people registered, probably 125 DQs. Anyway, so yeah, like, I'm glad to see NL playing a fighting game as a fighting game player. It was fun to watch. He seemed to take to it very quickly, even though he hasn't played a fighting game in a very, very long time. And I hope he continues to play. I think, like, hopefully, maybe there'll be like a Sajam Slam for this game. Maybe he could be convinced to do a Sajam Slam. I think that would be very cool. But yeah, it was nice to see him have fun. That was the main takeaway.